Why does everyone hate League of Legends so much? I've been playing this game for over 10 years now, and I feel like it's maybe just really popular to hate League of Legends, and that's okay. I feel like some people might make content about it or tweet or make YouTube videos just because it's easy clicks to say League of Legends is dying, League of Legends is dead, League of Legends sucks. But after reading a lot of my YouTube comments, even on my most positive, inspirational, or educational videos, I see a large chunk of my audience, not a majority thankfully, but a large chunk who are just seemingly miserable with their continued experience with League of Legends. So that's kind of what motivated me to make this video. The purpose of this video is not to revolutionize your life, but give you like a system or a way of thinking about your goals and motivations that aligns with your actions to give you a more satisfying experience with anything that you choose to do. This isn't just exclusive to League of Legends. This can be for any hobby or anything that you find yourself doing in your free time. But I think the goal for any video game for that matter is to just enjoy the time that you spend doing it. And if you really hate the game that much, then let's take a step back and evaluate like why that might be the case. So here are some examples from some of my videos that I wanted to put up on the screen. We got a couple more here. I make it a point to try and read every single comment that gets posted and reply to as many as I possibly can, whether they're positive or negative. I don't know how long I'll be able to continue doing this because my channel is growing pretty fast thanks to the support from all of you. But I really just want to push back against this sort of notion that this game sucks due to things outside of your individual control. We can all argue that League of Legends is not a perfect game. In fact, I'll be right up there with you, agreeing with you. But I think it's totally fine to acknowledge some of the faults of the game while also loving it for what it is. For example, I love my girlfriend very much, but sometimes she will piss me off. But that doesn't mean I don't love her. It just means that, hey, this imperfect being is somebody I can love with my entire heart, but I can still recognize when things aren't exactly perfect all the time, and that's okay. Oh, how are we going to do this? Step 1, we're going to find what our what is. So our what in this conversation is the values or goals that we have. I'll give an example of this here in a second. So a what for League of Legends could be like, I want to have fun with my friends. I want to become a camera. No, I want to go pro. I want to climb in elo or in rank. Or maybe you want to like escape your IRL responsibilities. I'm not saying every single person here is going to fit cleanly into one of these categories, but over the course of my coaching sessions, I found a lot of players do fit somewhere into one or more of these categories. So start by thinking, do a little introspection. Why do you involve yourself with League of Legends? What motivates you? What keeps you focused? What is the goal that you're moving towards? Then have your why. Why is that the case? Like, what inspires and motivates you? Do you want recognition? Do you want money? Do you want to cure your boredom? There can be a million other things here. This is more unique to you. What are the things in your life or in your situation or your own personal experience with League of Legends that motivate your what? And then finally, how? It's great if you have an idea and a goal and things that motivate you, but what are you actually doing that is moving you closer or further away from that goal? Are you grinding solo queue all day? Are you reviewing your games? Are you just relaxing, or are you spamming? So this is a very broad overview of the 3 topics, your what, your why, and your how. I'm going to show an example here in a second, non-related. This is a life example. So let's say that I want to become more healthy. I'm someone that I just went to the doctor and the doctor told me, you need to get your health under control. Well, why? Like, why would I value that? So my blood pressure is high. I can't fit into my old clothes and I'm unhappy with my current self-image. I'm not putting any moral value on any of these statements. These are just statements of fact. So my what is I want to be more healthy. Why? Because of these 3 things. So how? Okay, these are steps I'm going to take in my daily life. I'm going to drink only 1 soda a day. For example, maybe I was drinking 2, 3 full 6-pack of sodas a day. I'll go on a walk 2 times a week. And I'll try and be in bed before midnight every night. These little steps, whether how small or big they are going to lead, this will lead to this being better, which will lead to this being fulfilled. It all flows, it all checks, there is harmony in the world. Let's look at a League of Legends example. I want to be the best mid laner in the world. Great, that's a fine what to have. Why? I want to get paid to play League of Legends. Mid's my favorite role. Every time I queue up in solo queue, I love the mid champions, I love the mid themes, the mid archetypes. It's just great. And then I have this thing where I want to be recognized for my skill. I want people to say, yo, Faker, what was that? But it'd be me instead. So how am I going to do that? Well, I understand that to improve, I need to accept responsibility for my mistakes. I need to divorce the value or my own personal value as a player or as a human being from the outcome of the game. Because as we know, or I'm sure all of you know, bad players win all the time. You've played many games where you played well. Maybe you're 10-0 and the enemy team will still win. Does that mean that you are a terrible human being or you're a terrible player? No. You can divorce the outcome of the game from your individual performance in a singular game. I'm going to take breaks and recenter my focus because that's going to help me perform well over a longer period of time. then I'm also going to set and track goals. Maybe I want to play a certain amount of games a day on a champion. Maybe I want to review some games. Maybe I want to do something and see the progress being tracked over time. But every step in the how feeds into my why, and through enough time, effort, and perseverance will result in my what being fulfilled. Here's where problems happen. When there's a mismatch, let's say that I really want to eat dinner. It's like I'm hungry. As I'm filming this right now, it's almost 6 p.m. and I'm starving. I haven't eaten very much today. I want to eat dinner. Well, why? Well, because being full feels good. I've been going to the gym a lot, and when you go to the gym, your muscles kind of get beat up a little bit, and you need calories, you need protein to help heal them up and make them stronger. So I want to gain weight and muscle. And also, obviously you need food to live. You can't just survive on LP, unfortunately, not yet. But what if there's a mismatch? I'm hungry, and all of these things motivate me. But what I do, none of my actions that I take feed into my why and my what. I'm starving. I really, really am hungry, but I'm going to play some solo queue, and then I guess I'll take a shower, and then I'll work on an assignment for school. None of these things are inherently bad things. Playing solo queue is fine. Showering is something we probably all should do a little bit more if you play League of Legends. And assignments need to get done. But we're not going to be satisfied in our what and our why in this situation based on the actions we take. And this will happen in solo queue as well. If your goal is improvement, assigning external fault does not make sense. As we've talked about, individual success is not determined solely by the outcome of the game, because bad players, or players who make mistakes, or players who go 0-10 win games all the time. Our value is not determined by wins or losses if your goal is to improve. Now, maybe your goal is to win every game, and then we're talking about a different scenario here. But I feel like a majority of players who crash out in my YouTube comment section believe that they are entitled to win every single game, or that the system is broken because they do lose games and they feel like their time is being wasted. If their goal is realistically to improve, even in a small fashion, it doesn't have to be becoming pro or becoming semi-pro or hitting challenger. It can be literally just to get from bronze to gold. Does attaching personal value to the outcome of the game make sense? Matchmaking sucks, my teammates suck, and this game sucks. Where does that fit in anywhere here if our goal is to become the best mid laner in the world? It doesn't. Same thing if your goal is to lose weight or become healthy and nothing you do contributes to that goal. You are not going to find happiness in that goal. So either pick a new goal or change the things you do in your life, the choices you make, the actions you take that are actually going to start leading you towards success in your goal. Finally, I have to say this. You do not deserve to win the game, no matter how well you play. You are one player in a game with 9 other players. If you play well, it doesn't mean you deserve to win. It just means that you played well. You can feel good about playing well without feeling like you're entitled to win. The other 9 players also have an impact and influence on the outcome of the game, and that's okay. And this carries over to any aspect of your life as well. Is what you're doing in your free time genuinely giving you happiness? If it's not, take a second to align yourself. What is really important to you? What is the goal that you're moving towards? What motivates you? Like, what's your why? And then are the actions that you take genuinely leading you to that fulfillment of the goal? And if not, take a second and reevaluate. I hope that this gives players a little bit more context on how I think about the game as a coach. And even if it doesn't solve tilts, I hope this will help somebody at least re-identify what they find value with. And if that means quitting the game, that's totally fine. And then if that means recentering and understanding that winning isn't everything, if your goal is to improve, then that's also fine by me. So good luck to everybody, and I'll see you in the next video.